that stirred the fire in you as part of your history or what you saw in the community before you ventured out to embrace it? And who do we need to talk to that helped you, broke that fire, that made you go, I gotta go to this event because so-and-so is gonna be there and they gonna do this. You know, that kind of thing. What was it about it that made you excited that you were in this community and fall in love?
I wanted to share too something. Believe it or not, Miss Terry, on my job, we had senior partners. We hired them and put them on a billboard.
Yes, you did.
Had them ride around and set
Yes,
so
you
I
did.
could probably get those actors because we use them to kind of for health reasons to say, hey, the seniors are doing this and that. So I'm almost sure on our senior partners when we had it like 10, 15 years ago, I can get that
Great.
that ad.
Thank
for
you,
that.
Fonda.
I also want to emphasize something about history. Part of our purpose, our job here is, and I'll use the term fact check, because if you go back to history, her history of a certain situation might be a little different than mine, the way I tell it, which might be different. So when we have this group of people with all the experience and the people that Aileen may have met versus the people that Gloria and the next person, we'll be able to fact check each other. Not to say, hey, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. But when we tell the history, we want to be as perfect as possible on telling that history.
Authentic, as an authentic.
Authentication.
Yeah, authentic. It's almost down to now what is called classic soul line dance, where people are trying to remember the old line dancing. The old line dances that when I started and the seniors was out there, Miss Terry, Miss Mary, Miss Bell, and they were jamming, and you were like, I want to be like them when they grow up. When I grow up, I want to be like them because look at them. Miss Terry kicking her leg up. It was nothing for you to see that anywhere else but on the floor at a line dance event. And you're like, wow, that's what they doing? Well, I want to hang with them. And that's what we did. But in life, everything grows. Everything evolves. And you got the old folk. Now I'm considering myself old folk because I'm 61. And I'm seeing the new ones come in at 35 and 40 going, oh, I ain't know about that one. Oh, where can I go to learn that one? Well, what's that one called? And what's that one called? And you're like, that was me. When I came in, that was me 20 some years ago. It's truly coming full circle. We have to figure out a way to keep the old with the new and ingrain them or interconnect them more with what we used to do and what we're doing now. The music has definitely changed. Some of the music I can't deal with. I'd be the first to admit it. But if I like to dance, then I'll learn to tolerate the music. But it has definitely grown with the different events, the different promoters, the different instructors. If you can't find somewhere to line dance in Philly, Jersey, and Delaware, you're not looking. You're just You're just not looking because yeah, there used to be a time where 7 days a week you can go somewhere. It may be 5 times a week now. But if you can't find a class, then there's something wrong because you're not searching or you're not in contact with the people that can connect you to who you need to go to learn this art. Because it is an art. It is a form of dance that is indigenous to, I want to say, black folk, but it's not truly black folk either because you got the white folks, you got Koreans, Asians, you got there's line dancing in Israel, there's line dancing in Russia, there's line dancing in Africa. Um, there is line dancing everywhere being performed that we don't know about.
Mm.
So I would say to people, get on the internet and look. You be surprised what you may find out.
Start by asking you your journey, the beginning of your journey. How did you become, and you're a well-known, well-respected, idolized DJ. How did you, tell me about your journey into line dancing itself. How did it make its appearance in your life?
Into line dancing, I would say line dancing, as I know it, started as a part of an event. So you had a regular oldies event, and then you had people that would come in and they would start line dancing. So I'm gonna take it back to the Tina Richardsons, the Ray Boys, the Rick Goodmans, the Party Boys, you know, Sakeem, you know, over at the First Fridays at Dagan Hearts with DJ Butch Thomas. That was back in 1988. That was just an oldies dance party. And line dancing was done to enhance the party.
Oh.
So people would bop, cha-cha, two-step, slow drag. But then when the line dance came on, then everybody got on the floor because it gave people a chance to dance that weren't coupled up. So that's when I got introduced to it back in 1988.
Wow.
So that's a long time ago. That's like 35 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And to this day, it's just gotten bigger and better.
Mm-hmm. And you entered it through the lens of dancing? That's how you entered it?
Through dancing. So I've been DJing since I was like 15.
Oh.
So at the age of 15, I did my first party. My dad had a bar, and one of his friends wanted me to DJ a wedding reception. And I never did it before in my life. So I said, you want me to do what? So I went out and brought some music. He gave me some of his music. And I DJ'd at 20th and more on top of a beer distributor called Cyclones. On the second floor, they had a wedding reception. And then when we got done, we took all the equipment back to my dad's bar. We set everything up. And I started playing music. And the guy was like, how do you like this? I said, well, pretty cool, pretty cool. He said, you want this? I said, how much you want? He said, give me $250. $250? He had two old BSR turntables, a Marantz amplifier, two homemade speakers, and a mixer. So I looked at my dad, and my dad gave him the money. And that's how I got started DJing.
Wow.
And Silky Smooth and Dave Bush, that's what they used to do. Cha-cha steps, da-da-da, 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 da-da, cha-cha. So if you ever seen somebody do the cha-cha jump, that's the Philadelphia original. Nobody else did cha-cha jump prior to that. So Dave said, well, okay, so we're gonna do this. And Silky Smooth, them boys was bad. There's about 5 guys. They were bad. So we had a group called the Carpetbaggers. So he wanted to be part of the Carpetbaggers. So Dave came into the Carpetbagger realm, and we shared different things, different steps. But he took these same steps, fast foot cha-cha steps that we used to do, and put them in a format. So they were doing it in other places, other towns, but it was very, like they had a guy here, Jerry Blavitt, and Jerry Blavitt, they had a thing called the Wagner Walk, and the Wagner Walk was a line dance. But to me, your first line dancers were singing groups back in the day.
Oh.
To me, that was your first line dancers, the singing groups, because you got 3 or 4 guys doing the same thing, like a school of fish, So he just took it to another level as soul line dancing. You already had Western, but now he said, oh, we're going to do soul line dancing. And the thing about soul line dancing, you dance off of gospel, jazz, blues, rhythm and blues, hip hop, you name it, that's what soul line dancing is about. So Dave threatened my life because he had the Dave Bush dancers, and they went to the Apollo, and they won a few times at the Apollo. And so we were at a place called Club Escape, and he actually came in my face and threatened my life. That if I didn't join his group, that would be the end of my existence. So I said, okay, Dave, I'm going to give it a try. But I'm not into this type of thing. I'm going to give it a try.
Fascinating back then was that seniors were very good dancers. I think seniors use soul line dancing for that social piece, for memory, a lot for memory, because that's one of the things that you start getting challenged with as you get older. I can't remember that name. I can't remember that person. And I found about memory, short-term, long-term memory type thing. And what happens, the music kind of triggers your memory of the steps to do. We had a lady, she was my, the bank teller, Miss Turner. And recently I was seeing her come out to the Venetian Club, and seeing her looking a little challenged. And so the lady that brought her out, Bud's sister, I forgot her name. She always wear purple. She said, oh, she's experiencing, like some memory loss and different things. I don't know if it was a diagnosis like dementia, whatever it was. And Miss Turner, she might have forgot her keys, forgot something. They had to get her in there. But certain dances, she's on the floor and she's got all the steps. So I'm saying to myself, as a senior now, I want to continue to teach so I can keep my memory going. I want to share this with people. And it is fascinating to talk to some of the seniors that I'm working with and find out somebody is 90 years old. Because that means they was a senior. When we say senior, we think of 70 and 80 years old. 60 and 70. I'll just say 60 and 70, like 20 years ago. Now, those people are 60 and 70, if they still around, they are 80 and 90. Everybody don't live, but so long. So once you hear seniors, the type of music that they were attracted to, that they still like, a lot of times they may not want to do the hip hop and swing on the chandeliers and all that stuff. So they usually like good music. When you say classic or something, a lot of times it's something the seniors like, So that's what I see when I see seniors, and they have their social thing to come together. If you look at Chiquita, a whole group of them come in with the yellow shirts on. They're from her class, And so seniors, this is a good activity for them.
The things that people tell me about you is that they want to dance like you. When they see you on that dance floor, they say, I want to grow up and dance like Miss Terry. So, Miss Terry, tell me about how you felt when you went out and you were dancing.
Oh, well, all I felt was the dance, you know, the dance. And people, even up at, oh, what was the name of the church we went to?
Oxford.
Oh,
Oxford.
Oxford. Yes, Oxford. Even up there, the ki- kids, the students used to say, come on, Miss Terry, show us how to do this dance, you know, that dance. And it was fun. Line dancing was really, really fun for me. And they always said to me, why don't you charge? I said, because I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time, so I didn't want to charge anything. And we went all over Philly dancing. And a group came up from down south. They were having a reunion. And they asked me to bring my group and dance. And we went there, and all the people were saying, oh, I want to do that. I want to do that. Then I ended up there teaching a dance that they could do. It was such fun. Line dancing was such fun. And it really hurt when I got so I couldn't hear, you know, and had to give it up. But line dancing for me was one of the greatest things that ever happened to me.
Line dance became a sense of therapy for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
tell us about that.
In 2011, I was, you know, laughing so hard to the point I got a headache. And at that time, the headache wouldn't go away. So after going to doctors and getting x-rays and MRIs, I learned that I had a brain tumor. A brain tumor on the left back of my head. When I learned of it, first person I called was Dawood. Dawood has just been my bestie throughout my line dance journey. So, you know, after a lot of calming words and everything, you know, he goes, just come to class. Come to class. I called him from a train stop, told him what happened, and he said, calm down, Breeze, just come to class. Went to line dance class and we danced it out. At that time, it was February 28th. I had a brain tumor removed. It was about as big as my fist. So imagine something as big as your fist in the back of your head. It came out whole. It wasn't cancerous. Thank God. However, it did affect my mobility. So during that time, I also caught an infection. One of the infections was E. coli. So it was a type of infection that I was not supposed to live through. However, being 30 days in rehab, I had to learn how to walk. So during rehab, my therapist had me. I had a foam helmet on to protect my head, and I'm holding on to like a ballet bar in the hallway. And she goes, we're going to do a step for your mobility. Hold on, and you're going to cross one leg over the other. So I'm doing it, and I'm smiling big. I'm smiling big. Like I said, I had to learn how to walk.
Mm-hmm.
So she says, why are you smiling? I said, because I'm dancing.
Mm.
I'm doing a grapevine.
Right.
Yes. I said, I'm doing the grapevine. And I told her right there about my line dancing. So her assignment for me for my next therapy session was to come up with a dance that has that grapevine movement to it. Now at this time, I'm no instructor. I have not made up any dances, so I'm nervous. I called Dawood. Just quickly said, Dawood, I don't care what you're doing in the next morning, but please come up here and bring your radio. I need a line dance with a grapevine in it. So, and he did. He came up to the therapy, and we did Stroll Along Cha-Cha to Mary Mary's Walking. Because the original song, Try Some Kind of Love, is more of a faster beat. So we, Mary Mary's Walking had the same type of beat but slower tempo. So not only did he have me dancing in between two parallel bars so I can hold on, but he taught the whole room, all the therapists and doctors that were in the room, this line dance, and the whole room line dance with me.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So from there on, line dancing became part of my therapy.
Wow.
Yes.
I thought it was so great to see that it's like you found your tribe. Not just your tribe, it was like your family. When you and Nicole and
Ali.
thought that was so wonderful.
Yeah.
Mo Ground
More
Park.
ground part. Yeah.
I've never seen anything like this. That she's in Detroit, he's in Indianapolis, you're in Philadelphia.
For sure.
What and it was so it's still just a wonderful thing,
Absolutely. It's a
to see
connection.
that you found your tribe, your family, and
Sure.
you and Nicole,
Oh yeah. Listen.
Oh, please.
brothers and sisters.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's real life.
Mm-hmm.
That's real
That is-
life. Like there,
That's real.
she is just as important. I have a blood sister,
Mm-hmm.
and she's just as important to me as my blood
Yeah.
siblings. And so is Ali.
You see it.
Absolutely.
And Ali.
We yeah, it was just a connection. So the term like blood is thicker than water, right? So the actual term is the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb, right? So basically, the whole term is really completely opposite of what people think it
Think
is,
it is.
right? It's really the connections you make in your life can be even stronger than blood relatives. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't it true?
So yeah,
You proved
that's
that.
one of those things. Yeah.
I can feel that energy. It's just I've never seen anything like that. They all went on tour.
Right. And a lot of people thought that was like a ploy, like a line dance promotion ploy. And it's like, man, listen, we rarely discuss line dance, but we do talk to each other. You know what I mean? Like we're really a part of each other's lives and stuff like that. Where line dance just happened to bring us together.
And what's
Yeah.
Nicole's last name?
Point.
Whole
What's
point.
Ali
Alice's
James.
last name?
Ali James.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a minute.
I
Yep.
haven't seen it.
But it's like that's life, right? So like he's living life right now, and he knows that line dance will be there when he gets back. You know what I'm saying? And like for that, like that's what we prayed about. Like we pray together. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk about life together. So when he ready to come back, we ready to have him. You know what I mean? And then with Cole going through like a whole breast
she's
cancer
going through
thing, like her being that transparent about it, like is mad courageous.
Yeah.
But the discussions that aren't seen, and that's like what family do. Like
Yeah.
what you would do for your sister, like that's what I do for Cole. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
for sure, yeah.
Yeah, I just felt I needed to mention
No,
that.
I appreciate
because
that.
it's-
Yeah, because it's a real thing.
Real,
There's definitely
real.
not anything fake about
Yeah,
that.
because she flies in to surprise you
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
on
yeah.
on any given weekend, and he don't know, that she's coming, and then you see him go,
Oh yeah, yeah. And the amount of respect that she's garnered in the soul line dance community. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that's an influence outside of the region,
Yeah.
that's definitely like my relationship with the Midwest has grown. From when I first started meeting those people, Curtis Good and all that. Definitely. For sure.